Are you guys ready for some marketing ideas?
This is the Marketing Minute with Eric Rhoads, author of the #1 Amazon bestseller, Make More Money Selling Your Art. Proven techniques to turn your passion into profit.
I am working on another book, and I'll get that done one of these days. But in the meantime, if you haven't got my book, hey, you know what to do. In the Marketing Minute, I try to answer your marketing questions. You can email your questions to me, eric@artmarketing.com. Steve from San Francisco in the Bay Area says, I have recently been painting on the coast near a lodge and associated restaurant. After linking the lodge on my Instagram post from the previous week and asking my permission to paint on the grounds, they remembered my Instagram post. Later, while painting, the lodge manager came by and expressed interest in hanging my paintings in their cottages. How cool is that? So we set up a meeting, and I'll be bringing a dozen framed paintings to show her. We briefly discussed a range of possibilities from purchase to commissions to hanging the paintings with sale signs. To the best of my knowledge, the lodge and restaurant are not showing any other artists. Can you offer any negotiating arrangements and ways to parlay this opportunity? Well, I'm not big on, negotiation games. I think, just kind of say what's on your mind, but, hold back a little bit. You don't have to dump all your candy in the lobby, so to speak. Decide the outcome that you most want. There is a desirable outcome. You could leverage this in a lot of ways. You could make money from it. You could get more money from it by showing paintings. You could do a lot of other things. So do you want a bulk sale to the hotel? Do you want them to put your paintings in every room? Do you want a show in the hotel? And if it's in the hotel, you want a show where? Do you want it in the lobby or in the rooms? Well, if the rooms are going to see it, but everybody can't see every painting, then you're going to reduce your possibility of sales, I think. So I think, you could do both, but I would suggest that you try something like, first off, tell them that you will not hang paintings in rooms that are for sale because it's too risky for damage or theft or otherwise. If they want them in their rooms, then they could cut a deal for a bulk amount of paintings. Let's say you've got 30 rooms and they want 30 paintings. You could do that. Or, if they're not going to go for that, you might be able to say, well, we could do prints, and you could cut a deal for prints, and then you've still got the paintings you can sell. And so that's nice because you could give them G-clay prints framed at a lower price. But ask them to do a lobby show or a restaurant show for 3 or 4 months, and especially at the peak of their season. And people who see them in the room will also want prints or originals. You want to sell prints in the gift shops. I sold paintings in the gift shop of a very high-end hotel in Lake Placid for many, many years. And, they sold, and they sold well, and they sold for a lot of money. Just because it's a gift shop, if it's a high-end hotel, if somebody's paying a high price, they don't seem to care. But people want to be able to buy on the spot. You see art shows where it's like, you see this painting and contact the artist, and it's like, no, I'm not going to contact the artist. I've had a couple of drinks. I don't want to do that. You might intend to. You take a picture of the artist tag or something. By the way, make sure you put one of those little QR codes on your tag and say, take a picture of this with the painting, and that way they remember it. The QR code comes up and they can contact your website. But I would rather they be able to say, to purchase this painting, take this tag into the store and the gift shop and do it that way. Sell small paintings they can throw in a suitcase or a car for their memory of their trip. Also, have a big monumental painting in the lobby for sale. Now, don't offer discounts unless they ask. Keep saying no on discounts. And at some point, you may have to cave, but I suggest that you, if you buy 10 paintings, I'll give you a discount of 10%. If you buy 20, I'll give you a discount of 20%, that kind of a thing. If you want all the rooms, I'll discount it by, so much. But you start without discounting, because why give money away? You might not have to. The next question comes from Ray Richardson in Kannapolis, North Carolina, who says, I'm doing a lot of vehicle art, trains, aircraft, boats, etc., and I'd like to approach museums with my work, either for consignment or display in their gift shops. I talked to one, but I'm not sure I went about it properly. What's the best way to get local museums interested in my work? Should I just sell the original art to them and allow them to resell? I don't have prints made yet. I prefer getting the original art in the shops. Is this a smart move? Ray, there's no right or wrong. You can go about this in any particular way. The idea here is you've got to ask yourself why this is important to you. Is somebody going to a museum going to go into the gift shop and spend a proper amount of money for a painting? Now, they might or they might not, and it's certainly worth testing. My goal is to test everything. So you could you could certainly do prints. People will buy prints. People buy memories of something. What would be nice is to get a show in the museum. If you could get a local museum to do a show and then put your work in there and then keep your work in there, that would be kind of cool. But, ask yourself, what is your goal? What do you most want to do? Do you want to sell paintings? Do you want to get your paintings displayed so other people will buy them at other venues? Ask yourself what is your goal, and then start with your goal in mind and then work towards that goal, whatever the goal is. But yeah, I mean, you said you don't know if you went about it properly. We're going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes, but, make sure you're calling back. You have a discussion with somebody. No, don't, let grass grow under that. Call them back, say, hey, we had a discussion. I don't know if it went well. Tell me what your thoughts were, and they'll tell you. I mean, just don't play any games. Be smart with them. And I think that will help. Anyway, that is the Marketing Minute.
This has been the Marketing Minute with Eric Rhoads. You can learn more at artmarketing.com.